So today I want to talk about how important it is that we are intentional about where we're investing our attention. Let's all start out by taking a big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And get really settled here in the present moment. Set the intention right now to be here, present, open to whatever might come through for you. And this is a really great place to start today's discussion. First and foremost, presence. The present moment is the only thing that truly exists right now. The past are simply memories brought forward by the present mind. The future is simply assumptions brought forward by the present mind. It's here and now that everything exists. This is where we are alive. This is where we are our fullest selves. There is a beautiful, powerful energy in the present moment, and truly the only one that exists right here and right now. So today's topic is where your attention goes, your energy flows. This was inspired by a beautiful discussion with my son last night. And I want to really open your mind to understand, especially with all of these new earth energies. I know you're feeling this global shift of things changing. So many people are awakening to this new reality where all the systems, the ways of being, the ways of doing, the ways of feeling of the old, they no longer fit. We are being called to completely revolutionize society, the way that we live here on earth. And not only are our bodies physically experiencing that shift, which is why I'm sure many of you are noticing changes in sleep patterns, the things that you're wanting to eat, the way that your body's feeling or handling these energies, but also our mental and energetic frequencies are shifting. And those of us who are being called to step into this, it's so important to be mindful of your mind, body, and spirit and the way that they're harmonizing. When I say where your attention goes, your energy flows, I mean it's the things that you're focused on, that you're creating. We are all energy, all of us. It slows in certain ways and it projects in certain ways so that we can have this experience here on earth. But in the end and in the always, what we are first and foremost is eternal consciousness. And it's that consciousness that creates our reality. And it's where we direct that consciousness that we create from. So if you're sitting here focused on all that could go wrong or all the shittiness that you're experiencing or whatever, that's what's going to continue to percolate within your system. If you can focus on the gratitude in this moment, on the joy in this moment, on the aliveness in this moment, that's what's going to continue to grow. There's a time and a place to process all these heavy emotions. If you have past woundings, they can certainly take up space in your body and they can fuck with your mind and ego and they can send you off on these tangents. And that's why the inner child work, the shadow work, the becoming aware of your wounding patterns is important so that when you have the awareness, you also have the empowerment to choose differently. And when you choose differently, you can direct that consciousness into a different direction. Of course, you can make the choice right here and right now to have joy even amidst your sorrow, but many people, because of their woundings and traumas, can't get their mind to do it. But I'll tell you, with me, if you don't know this, when I was 21 years old, so wow, geez, I'm old, 13 years ago now, I had a very rare type of cancer. I was an only mom, still am. I was an only mom of two babies. I had just left an excruciating marriage, full of abuse and violence. I had nothing to my name, and was like, okay, I finally got myself free and I got this diagnosis. Now, I could have focused on all the ways that it felt like God, the universe hated me. I could have focused on all of the pain, on all the unfairness. And there were moments, I'm not going to lie, there were moments that I did. Some of my darkest nights came from that year of getting chemo and moving through that. But what I focused on 90% of the time was creating a better future for my kids and what I could do with this experience. Instead of sitting there every time they brought the chemo bag, and I was in the actual hospital for almost the entire year just because it was this really rare cancer, but I could have focused on all the things I was missing out of. And instead what I did was I worked really hard to get ahead on my master's degree. I created an organization for cancer patients and invested a ton of energy into raising money for it. I invested thoughts into all the things that I would do with my kids when I finally got out and got to see them again in a normal, healthy way. And I believe it was that mindset that allowed me to progress through that and to stay in remission for these last 13 years. It's always been what we focus on that creates our reality. It's just that we get so wrapped up in the pain body and in the mind that we can't see a different way. That's why having prompts around you, like if I'm sure you've seen some of my little selfies from around my house and there's sticky notes all over my home. It's because I want to always be reminded of how I want to feel. I have sticky notes that say, Nikayla, remember how good structure and discipline feels? Nikayla, what would love do today? Nikayla, remember how exciting it is to belly laugh and feel your body tingle from head to toe? Nikayla, remember how much you love eating clean, healthy food? I have these sticky notes to this day. I've done it for over a decade now. And it's because my mind will still come up with these excuses at moments, and I can look now to these external reminders and I can go internal and focus on what I do want to feel and what I do want to create. Now, these energies are being amplified right now with all of the shifts into the new earth. And so you are seeing your manifestations happen quickly. That's why you see so many people choosing to end things early, choosing violence, choosing to act out in aggression. That's why you see people suddenly getting tons of wealth, experiencing brand new fruitful relationships, having these big career leaps, because the energies are amplified and what we are thinking and feeling and tuning into is what we are creating. I want you to do something. There's a couple different techniques I'm going to show you, and I want you to try them here now and let me know how they work for you. The very first one, I want you to sit here with me and I want you to get a shit-eating grin on your face. And I just want you to smile as big as you could possibly smile for 20 seconds. I'm watching the clock. So if you're sitting here, we are smiling as big as we possibly can for 20 seconds. Keep it going. Keep it going. Just let yourself smile. Breathe, keep smiling. Okay, and now if you choose release, just that simple act of choosing to smile, you got that beautiful hit of dopamine. Your body is vibrating at a higher frequency. And now from this state, consciously choose to focus on one thing you want to feel today. Whether it be joy, expansion, wealth, connection, focus on that right here and right now. Close your eyes. Let your whole body feel what you desire to feel. Feel it in this moment right now. And then feel gratitude for that feeling and experience right now? How would you feel if you were truly feeling that way, experiencing that energy all day today, yet in really deep gratitude for it? And now I want you to keep all this energy to yourself, and I want you to use this energy to propel you forward. And you keep this cycle going all day, every day. Now, while I do speak to those of you who have done the work, who are living that life of mystical leader, are living in these archetypes of goddess, queen, king, leader, whatever it might be. For those of you who are listening, who are like, okay, but what if I am experiencing really hard stuff right now? It is okay to acknowledge that, but that's also where we do that deeper inner work. We go into the inner child, to the shadow, in a container. Not all day. There is no sense. And I can tell you, because I used to do this and I've seen so many clients do this, and it brings no good. You can set up a container to go into with a coach, with a healer, with someone like myself, where you can sit and you can process those emotions. You can say every day at 5 o'clock, I'm going to sit with my inner child and do this heavier work. And then the rest of the day, I'm going to enjoy my fucking life. You can say, if you really want to worry about your financial situation, say every day at this time, I'm going to freak out about it. I'm going to worry about it. I'm going to let myself have all the thoughts about it. And then I'm going to be done. And every other part of the day, I'm going to live completely delusionally as if I'm the wealthiest person on the planet. You have permission to do that. We do not have to sit in these mental states of constantly worrying and thinking and figuring out. That is a trap that will keep you stuck in those energies. Set a container to process, to feel, to whatever, and then let it go. If you need to come back to it the next day, come back to it the next day. But then again, let it go and live and choose to be in the higher vibrational state where you can create and you can flow and you can focus that yummy attention on more of what you desire, on gratitude for what you have, on just the fact that you're alive, that you're breathing, that you have a pulse. Breathe into that. So other things you can do, laughter is an incredible medicine. You can lean back, and if you pretend to laugh, and you can go ahead and try it right now, but if you lean back and pretend to laugh, a real laugh will come out. You can watch really funny videos on YouTube that just make you giggle, right? I like to set a timer so I don't get off on a tangent and put energies I don't necessarily enjoy in my energy field. But you can do all of these different things that create joy within you. Go frolic through a field. Go be silly in a grocery store. And as you do, consciously direct your thoughts to more of what you want to create. Even if you're just starting out on this and you don't really have a lot of time to play and be free and creative, then you can set aside 10 minutes a day where you close your eyes and you live in complete delusion, where you live in this dream world and you feel it all. You feel the gratitude for it all. You feel the sensations pulsating through your body. And then the 10 minutes is over and you're back to reality. Go ahead and do that. Wherever you are, there is a way to incorporate more of what you desire into your daily life. It's about where you're focusing your attention. You can absolutely look at all the shit in the world. That is okay. And that's what you're going to see. Or you can focus on all the beauty because there is so much of it. There is so much of it, but you have to choose to consciously see it, to experience and be in gratitude of it. And sometimes that means redefining what beauty is. For me, walking out in the morning and seeing the mountains and the way that the sunrise creates this ripple of colors, it's awe-inspiring, the world that we live in. I can focus on that. I can wake up And just know that my breath is a gift for another day. I can look at my kids playing and be grateful for this moment with them. I can look at the abundance that we have, the fact that we can walk to a grocery store, or some of us even down the street or in our backyard, and get an apple, a fresh apple. There are so many opportunities to find beauty in this world. There is even beauty in the hard times. Grief means that you loved enough to grieve whatever you're losing. That means something. It doesn't have to be negative. You don't have to focus on the loss. You can focus on the fact that you loved and cared enough for another, or for a part of yourself, or for something that you lost. That you cared enough, that your heart expanded enough and was able to do that. Anger can be your greatest friend. You can say thank you to your anger for showing me the treatment, the experiences that I don't deserve. Thank you, anger, for taking up space in my body in this moment. What a beautiful sensation anger is. And I'm not talking about aggression acting on the anger. I'm talking about the emotion of anger. How beautiful that is, that we have something inside our body that says, no, I don't deserve to be treated that way. And sadness, the fact that our body can show us when we are not in alignment with our reality, the fact that we have the experience to get that information and allow ourselves to feel it and even use it as inspiration to create something new. Sadness that maybe something hurt us, and we now have this knowledge and this feeling to express vulnerably and deepen our connection with another. You can find beauty in anything around you. When I was moving through cancer and overcoming the trauma that occurred in my childhood, once I acknowledged it, once I let my inner child and young adult feel the unfairness of it all, because there's a time and a place for that too, I was able to move into deep gratitude. And I can now say that those things that happened to me, while I didn't deserve them, none of us do, they were my greatest teachers. They helped me be in front of you here and now saying this. I learned so much from almost dying about what life is and about the gratitude of simply being alive another day, getting to witness the different movements of my kids through this lifetime. Of course, it's really hard to find gratitude in those hard moments. But again, with the right mindset, you can choose to see the beauty in it all. And today, as you move through your day, I just ask you to notice where your attention is focused and directed. And ask yourself to continue to choose those better feeling thoughts, even if just for a little while. Let me know if this resonates. What popped out for you today as I spoke? And remember to breathe deep and plan on miracles. You are worthy of them always. I love you. Talk soon.